thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. That was my 50-yard group I shot with my 8-inch Noveske barreled SBR. And while at face value, it might not seem that impressive, we're going to talk a bit about why something like this Lehigh Defense 186 grain controlled fracturing round might do that for me, but not for you. I also want to show you a little bit more about the bullet construction, as well as test it on ballistics gelatin. And that's what's coming up next on Twang and Bang. This is the 186 grain controlled fracturing bullet. It's a 30 caliber bullet. In this case, it's loaded as a 300 Whisper cartridge at subsonic velocities. It's another machine brass bullet with 3 petals that are designed to break off and form their own wound channels. It does have a more conventional rifle bullet shape to it, and it has a very large hollow point opening to allow those petals to get the force that they need to break off from the main bullet. The longer overall length of this loaded round does give me problems with binding in a PMAG, because the bullets get caught on the rib that runs on the front of the PMAG. But unlike the 200 grain maximum expansion round as it was loaded for me, I have no problems whatsoever in a USGI metal mag. There's no rib in the front of the mag to contend with, and these load just fine without any kind of binding whatsoever. So this block is in pretty good shape, so I don't need to bring it inside and hit it with a hairdryer. As you can see, once again, we got perfect fracturing of the petals in a very symmetrical pattern. Let's take a look at the measurements. This one entered, and it took about 2.5 inches before the expansion started. And the fracturing really happened, and the petals started going in all different ways, about 3.5 inches. And 2 out of the petals made it all the way about 7 inches. That third one actually bottomed out and hit the wood underneath the gel block and bounced back. So there's nothing to suggest that it wouldn't have also penetrated 7 inches. And then the main part of the bullet made it all the way here until it again bottomed out on the wood, but that made it 15.5 inches, 16 inches before it stopped by hitting the base underneath the gel. That's extremely impressive right there. All 3 petals weighed in at exactly 17.4 grains. The main part of the bullet weighs in at 134.1 grains, giving us a total of 186.6 grains. Again, of course, we're not going to see a lot of small fragments off of machined brass. So this is pretty cool. You've got a cone of damage, 7 inches across, 7 inches deep. You got a 30 caliber bullet penetrating 16 inches in calibrated gel. That's pretty good performance from something that's only going at handgun bullet velocities. Though the performance on the range might not be what people would be hoping for. You need to understand 2 things. Number 1, they're machine brass bullets. This is custom loading. You need to buy different kinds of rounds and try them in your rifle to see how they perform for you. The bullets that are in this box, the rounds that are left over, might perform fantastic in your rifle, even though they were marginal in mine. But the second thing is, for my application, 2.5 inch group at 50 yards is actually just fine, because with this round, I'll be hunting like a bow hunter, which I do about half the time even when I'm using a rifle. I have no problems with the accuracy that I got from this round. If you want to learn more about Lehigh Defense and its various custom loadings, be sure to click the link in the video description below. Now more than ever, YouTube needs to hear from you. They need to know that you like firearms related content. Please take the time to click the like button if you like this video. If you want to see my next videos on bows, guns, and other cool things, be sure to click here to subscribe. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and I hope to see you next time.